Minecraft's Mesa biome is supposed to emulate the Wild West, but there's no western town, there's no train, and the gold mines are pathetic. So today we'll build a town, train, and gold mine to fix Minecraft's most neglected biome, starting with the Gold Rush town. This is a pretty flat area, but it's not quite flat enough for a town, so let's level it out. Well, doesn't get flatter than that, so let's install a main street. That's probably about the width. Let's fill it with coarse dirt, regular dirt, gravel, sand, and finally add some buttons as pebbles. That's perfect, although I think we need another one. So the first building in an old western town is obviously going to be the bank, because that's where all the gold is stored, and that's the whole point of one of these towns. Banks need to be fortified, so we'll grab some clay and turn it into bricks. And we need granite, oak wood. Whoa! Oh, right, I have great armor. We also need some stripped oak, spruce logs, dark oak logs, and there's no forest around here, so I'm just gonna take this ship. Well, believe it or not, that is a bank inside of the shulker box. Okay, let's try to copy this AI image of a bank from a western town. There's the floor. I think I'm gonna build some pillars now. There we go. Now let's grab our bricks and fill this in. I think the vault with the gold will be in the back section, so we won't build windows. Now to make it look more realistic, we can replace some of the bricks with granite. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. We'll make the backside bigger because that's where the vault's gonna be. And logs across the top. I think it looks a little bit funny. Let's try moving this back. Yeah, that's better, that's better. Let's extend the front. Boom, beam, bum. This second level is basically just so I can have a bank sign. And just like with the bricks and granite, we'll use other woods. Yo, not gonna lie, it's a little ugly. Maybe it needs some depth to it. Okay, this is sick. Now let's just add a roof. Okay, how do we make a bank sign? Maybe gold? I've never seen a tree that on one side is bright and vibrant and the other is brown and poopy. Dude, that actually looks so good. And since this is a bank, we don't want people breaking in through the windows, so we're gonna replace them with iron bars. Looks a bit like a jail, but jails are secure. So from the outside, you're like, oh yeah, it's a bank, let's go in and deposit the gold. And then there's nothing on the inside. So let's fix that. We'll start with a counter for people to stand behind and, you know, deposit checks. I don't like that the back is the same color, so let's take this down and replace it with some empty bookshelves. And if we put buttons on them, it looks like file cabinets. The vault will go here and it'll hold all the gold from... Dude, I don't have a name for this town. How about Old Sonora? To protect the gold from Old Sonora, it's gotta be a strong vault, so we're gonna make it out of iron. Oh, we also need to mine this gold to fill the vault. Ow. Dude, there's diamonds right here. No way. I need like 8 more iron blocks. Actually, if we just fill this up with our gold, no one will ever know that you could just sneak in from underneath. And finally, we need a door for this vault. So, montage? That is the bank finished. So, you got the outside, and then you open up the doors in here, open up the vault. Gold storage, baby. However, what is a bank without tools to mine gold for said bank? So we're gonna make a blacksmith. First off, we need some cobblestone and polished andesite. Ow. And we need blackstone. Let's make a blacksmith. For the floor, we're just gonna dirt cobblestone. Please don't unsubscribe. And we'll do a boardwalk porch in front of every single building because that's how they are in the Wild West. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Balls! Somebody used up all my spruce wood. Somebody named me. And since this is a blacksmith, we'll make most of it out of stone. It's kind of unfortunate for this bank because these windows just go out to a wall, but you know, that's how it is in the Wild West. I think actually the windows should be behind just to add some depth. Yeah, like that. I think that actually looks pretty clean. For the bank, the sign we did gold there, and since this is a blacksmith, what if we put iron? Actually, I'm kind of a building baddie. And slap a roof on it. Okay, now we gotta do the inside, which is the fun part. So we need a fiery crucible to forge the items in, and build it up with black stone. Okay. Go up here now. Okay, I like that. And now a mini crucible made out of cauldrons, and some water to cool off the swords. Grab some lava, and slap it into the baby crucible. Smithing table and anvils, and a grindstone. Let's put the anvil right here. Pull out the sword, smack it on the anvil, dip it in the lava, smack it on the anvil, and cool it off into water. I want there to be a sword sticking into the stone, so let's grab an end rod, and then we can put a candle on top of it. Yeah, looks like a sword stuck in the stone. Wait, where's my Totem of Undying? Oh, and there it is. We now have a bank and a blacksmith. Look at this. This is sick. These 2 buildings took a long time, and we still have the train, the gold mine, plus all the other buildings, so let's get some faster progress going. Let's start off with a general store. So for this, we're going to need a bunch of birch wood. We also need sandstone. All right, well, this is going to be a pretty simple build. All right, and this is the corner store where you can buy pots and more pots. Next up, we will do a hotel/inn so that people can actually sleep in this village. So this is the outside shell of the hotel. However, we gotta figure out the details of the inside. We'll have it split off into 2 entries. One goes upstairs and the other goes into bedrooms. And I think this is where the counter will be. I think we'll have a wall here. We should poke a hole for a window. Oh, wait a minute. I messed up. I wanted to keep this style of window where it's 3 blocks wide going, but I made the dimensions a little bit wrong, so I'm gonna have to move this back wall. There we go. Now we just put a roof on it, which is so easy. I just do flat slabs. Okay, let's do the details. So let's grab some beds. We need some wool. Place down the carpet in a little bit of a ziggity-zag. And tables here and here. Add some candles. A chest for each of these beds. Let's turn this one into a bunk bed with ladders. And let's add some lanterns. In. Okay, that's just about everything. However, we still need a sign. Let's try wool, because, I don't know, it looks kind of like bedding. Yeah, okay, sweet, that looks great. And that is 4 buildings down. This next building is going to be the biggest of them all. It's the saloon, and we need a ton of supplies for it. Before we get those supplies, I'll quickly tell you about today's sponsor, Coopert, a free browser extension. Coopert is like the browser extension Honey, except better in every way and not a scam. Coopert not only searches all available coupon codes upon checkout to find the best deal there is. Look at that, it's got all these codes for cdkeys.com, but it also has a cash back feature, which brings commissions straight into your account, which you can withdraw via PayPal, gift card, or bank card after an average of 15 days to process. And the more you use Coopert, the faster the cashback process will be. Another massive advantage of Coopert is it displays price information from competitor retailers to alert you of the best deal. Coopert supports Chrome, Edge, Firefox, Opera, and Safari on both desktop and mobile. Coopert is well trusted with over 9 million weekly users and works with over 200,000 merchants globally. Smarter shoppers use Coopert, which you can now download using my link in the description. Now, back to the saloon supplies. First, we need some dark oak logs, and now we need some birch logs, as well as spruce logs, and finally, oak logs. Oak, yeah. Also, we need a bunch of white terracotta. I kind of forgot to mention that part. We can start with the boardwalk. Now let's outline the walls with our red terracotta. All right, now let's build up the posts in each corner. Okay, I think that's good. It's really difficult to know where to put posts because it's on a corner. Now we can fill in the walls. Ooh, a bat. First try. Now let's add texture in the same way we did it with the bank. Boom! Although the problem is my arms aren't long enough and I couldn't reach the whole top half. However, it is a new update and there's a new mob that can help me reach further. And his name is Happy Gast. Alright, this is so much better. Now we should probably add windows so it's not like a jail, but I don't know how to design them. Maybe you can do something like that. Gerard. I think we need some deep slate. Oh. This maybe shouldn't be where I collect the deep slate, but too late now. Oh, nuts, it's nighttime. Oh, balls, there's creepers everywhere. We're chilling. Boom and boom. So then I slap these smokies in there, and that is a window right there. So let's just repeat that on all of the other sides. That's 2, 3, 4 windows. Now there's one more thing we need to do before we can work on the interior, and that is the balcony. Okay, I think that actually... Did I just do a voice crack? What is this? 22 years old. Let's just copy and paste that onto here. Kablooey, my dooey. There it is. Now, let's really quickly build this part into a deck. A little bit of these. Build them over here. Strip them down. Floor. And I'll put fences on this part. Oh. 360. I think this is actually looking pretty delicious. Now we just have to build the sign, which should be super easy. I'm just gonna make banners for each letter. All right, here is the S, A, L's. Wait, why did I make 2 L's? I only need 1. O's, N. Oh yeah. Now let's really quickly do the inside floor and walls. Okay, so that's the outside figured out, but what about the inside? Not very popping off. So let's start with a bar. And since this building is 2 stories, we'll have the stairs right here. Like that. Now to make this bar a bar, we're gonna need to grab some bamboo, melon, slime balls, honeycomb, sea pickles, string, scaffolding, and tripwire hooks. Now we can make different drink dispensers out of these blocks. We can use weighted pressure plates as non-weighted dinner plates. A single cup, another cup over here. Let's do a shelf. Now let's stick some barrels down here. Another thing I think would look really good is actually brewing stands. So, ow, get out of here. How did I get a skull? I didn't even want a skull. Now, stick a brewing stand there, stick a brewing stand there. Stick bottles in there. Look at that, there's actual bottles in the texture. And you're chilling. A big old lantern. Dude, what? Iron bar, lantern. Oh yeah! Now let's make a table for the villagers to sit at. Split splat. Now we grab these guys. Look at that. Moss carpet. Another word for carpet is tablecloth. Oh yeah! However, this one will not have a tablecloth because it is being used for drinks. Now if we make some item frames and grab some meat, we can place the item frame under the trapdoor and then place cod on that. Yo! That's crazy looking. That is how we build. I think there should be a little exit right there. There is one more thing we need to build in this first floor. Piano! Jukebox! Now, there's a very specific record that we need for this. Very specific. Hello, guest. Goodbye, guest. No! Oh, it didn't burn! That's how we do it. Okay, are you ready for auditory perfection? Now, I have to go poop. Now, the staff here needs to sleep, so the second floor will be primarily bedroom. So I'll do dark oak for the trim. I think we need a bathroom and 1 more bedroom. Strip all these. Now we're gonna build up the walls. Boom, like that. Now before we decorate the bedrooms, I want to do a big old rug right here, so we'll need a ton of wool. And now we make a rug. I think I collected too many wools. This wall's pretty boring, so I think we're gonna build some sort of a clock type situation. What? Alright, let's do a grandfather clock as well. And then for the hanging downy thingy, we can use a lightning rod. Let's put a painting on this wall just so it's not so boring. Spending all day in the saloon, people get pretty clumsy, so I'm gonna put a railing on here. Alright, and now we can finally start making these bedrooms. I want some houseplants, however, oh no, leaves look absolutely death in this biome. Whatever will I do? Well, I'm so glad that I asked. We just grab azalea leaves, you moron. Boom! Some little plants that look nice. Alright, so the bedrooms obviously need beds. Bed in this corner, bed in this corner. Boom, boom. Do some banners. Oh, the banners poke through the ceiling. Yeah, let's not do that. Build a closet. And then another one right here with a shelf in it. Alright, and that's that bedroom. This one is exactly the same. This one, we'll do a double right here. Boom. Now for the shelf, we'll put a cobweb there, some pods. There we go. And lastly, we got the baño. So I'll start off with a bathtub here and here, and a composter there. And we start composting. There we go. That is terrible. And then a tripwire hook here. And the last thing we need is a white banner for a towel. Bathroom check. Now for the roof, I want it to look pretty weathered, so we're gonna mix oak and dark oak planks in there in no particular pattern. There we go. Add lights to the inside. Now let's add some smoking furnaces to the top because it's kind of industrial looking. Let's do an even bigger one. Okay. Add a couch to the balcony. Boom. So you're just a cowboy strolling down the street. You see a saloon there. You're like, you know, that sounds kind of nice. I could use a drink or two. Ooh, look at all these tables. There's some punch. There's some... Oh, wait. There's some food on the plates. We got a piano over here. And upstairs, you're like, oh, look at that. All these bedrooms. Ooh, nice. I want to sleep in here. Ooh, nasty. It's a toilet. And kick your feet back out here. I really want to start working on the train and the gold mine because they're going to be awesome. But we got to finish these last few buildings really quickly before we can do that. The first one is the sheriff's office. This is as big as we can build it because there's kind of an in the way. In the way. For the walls, let's grab some terracotta and dye it light gray. And then we can also grab mushroom blocks for some texture. And before we do the other walls, sheriff's office always have a small jail cell in them, so let's build one of them suckers. And now we can finish the other walls. Now we can finish the jail cell. However, the inside, not terrible enough. First off, we're gonna need some brown dye. Oh, hello. Now I'm just gonna dye a couple of beds down. Beds brown. I said it. Very nice. And a little life hack you can do is put down a stair, and there's a chunk of cobblestone missing now, so we can do one over here. There's like a little hole in the wall, you know? And that is the prison cell done. Now let's finish the inside, so we'll put a shelf right here, barrels above, a desk for the sheriff, one of these little things so it looks like there's papers on the desk. For the roof, we'll make it flat of oak slabs. Okay, it looks bald. Why does this look horrible? Okay, that's a lot better. And now there is one more thing that is extremely important for a sheriff's office. How does that work? It's not even touching it. How does it pull it back up? Boom! That is a cowboy hat that bro just left on the ground. Phenomenal. Look at this place. We are getting some mad progress going. Next up is this building. A church. For this church building, we'll need to grab some bone blocks, gravel, sand, craft it into concrete powder, and now convert said concrete powder into white concrete, and cobbled deep slate. Now let's make a church. Don't worry about the shape right now. So now on the corners, boom, bing, not one of those. 5. And we strip these. Yep. Now let's put up some walls. Uh-oh. I might have made something wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4. Balls! There we go, moved it back one, and now we got the right ratio. Now let's hit the texture button on these walls. Boom! And add signs. Yo, that actually is so clean. So the floor is going to be raised up a bit, and it's going to be all oak. We'll do dark oak for pews. Oh yeah! Now let's slap on a roof. Alright, now let's add some thicker parts underneath. Now let's add a roof to this little section. Okay, what do we do about this entrance? This wall's boring, so I'll make a pile of barrels. And let's grab some vines and some glow lichen. How did I just slay that spider instantaneously? That's the vines look nice and disgusting, and the glow lichen also looks disgusting. You might think the exterior's done, but you also might be a moron because we haven't done a little bell tower on top. Dude! It's a pink sheep. There we go. And now we actually are gonna need some... what is it called? Prismarine for the blue colorations. Okay, so I just gotta mine as much of this as I can before I get some, Oh, balls, he's right there, the big and I got it. Okay, well, 10 should be enough. I only need a few, so I'm not even worried about it. For this little bell tower, we also need a bunch of copper, so let's grab this. Oh, right, somebody gave me mining fatigue. Well, never mind then. Okay, so for this bell tower, I think we'll go 1, 2, 3, I still have mining fatigue! Okay, so that thing looks pretty ugly right now, but once the copper oxidizes, it'll look a lot better. Add the bells. Oh yeah! Now, for the interior, let's start off with some stained glass. Boom, bam, boom, bing, dong, boom, bing. It's pretty nice in here, except for the fact that the ceiling is horrible, so let's change that to dark oak. Oh yeah, now let's add a support beam or two. Very nice. Add some lanterns like that, and put a few cobwebs up in the rafters to a double podium like that, and let's just add a couple candles up top. And that is the interior and exterior of the church done, except for a graveyard I want to do on the side. So I'll do the headstones like this, and then like a bigger one, and then I'm gonna replace a lot of this with dirt and gravel. All right, and that is the church building finished. Look at this village. Before we make the giant train on the bridge and the gold mine, we have one more building to do really quickly, which is a horse stable. Gotta flatten this out a bit. As per usual, I'll start with the posts. Oh yeah, now let's add some walls between these with some fence posts in between those. And then I'll do stairs as roofing here. Bro! And let's make all of this slabs, and then stairs at the end here so it goes up a tiny bit more. Yeah, that shape is great, so let's repeat it on the other side. Boom! Now let's just add walls to the top part. And can we make this entrance an archway? Yep, this is looking so good. Okay, let's just add a roof. Oh, yeah, buddy! Although it needs some pens, and I'm not talking about the writing kind. Now at the horse stable, so we're gonna need to grab some hay bales. Oh, I should grab some pumpkins too. Okay, so I'll start with just a big old stack of hay bales on the outside. And now this pen will have a bunch, a few pumpkins, maybe some melons. And animals take a lot of dumps, so we're gonna have to change out the ground into something a little bit more dumpy. Yep, it's nasty in here. However, we also need an outdoor section for all of the animals. Now a trough for them to drink from. Oh yeah, although this pathway here kind of disintegrates into the hill, so let's hit it. That is so much better. And the very last step for this western town is to populate this Smoky. This is gonna take a while. He is unbelievably slow. After 7 minutes of doing this, I just had an idea. Can I lead him and then just pull him on my elytra? Dude, this is so much faster! Would you please get in my boat? Thank you very much. I want them to stay farmers too, because they have the little western cowboy hat on. Oh, what the? I did it! Oh! He's carrying him around at his own will! Come back! Give me my villagers back! Come on, guys. Yo, I can do multiple! That's so funny. Let's go, boys. Oh, yeah, baby. I love this game sometimes. Oh, no! Let him go! Yep, that's how we do it. Let's get some more. Let's put somebody in jail. Go, 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 go! Yeah, suck it, dude. Come on. Yep, clip them all. No! Oh man, it's hard to reach. All right, I just airlifted like 14 new guys, so this place is popping off with villagers. I've got a couple iron golems to protect them. They love the saloon. Like, they've been just hanging up here on the deck. Anybody in the bathroom? Ooh, somebody was in the bathroom. This western town is sick, but it's not a transformed Mesa. For that, we still need a train and a gold mine. So for the train, most of it's just going to be track, and I'm thinking it'll start over here at a little station, go through the mountain, and then come out onto a bridge over here. So I'm going to start off by digging the tunnel. Whew! It's been like 2 hours and I have, I don't know, 20% done. Okay, well, I've gotten to the point where the tunnel goes pretty far. At some point, it's gonna take a turn because I want the train to pop out of this mountainside and start going over a bridge. But the bridge has got to be over the water, I think, so maybe 14,884. Woo! We did it. That's how that's... Oh, I missed one block. There we go. Yeah. And for the train tracks, we'll do logs like these. Slap some oak around this joint. More logarithms on this side. Stone stairs on the top. And some more slabs going between. Oh yeah, that is actually a pretty good train track. So I'm just going to repeat this going down the entire tunnel. Boom! It goes pretty far. However, we still have this corner. Booyah! So that is the railway completed. However, the tunnel is unbelievably ugly. And I got a ton of stone for this. So I was thinking like stone bricks on the walls maybe? Something like that? Okay, I want to start curving it in so it's like a dome, you know, gradual roof style. Okay, there are so many zombies. What is going on? Yep, I like this. Now let's do the top part. Ow. Okay, okay. Creeper blew up. Yeah, I definitely need to put some torches down. That is all of the stone brick placed, I think. I'm kind of just winging this, and I want to start decorating this tunnel with some beams and poles. So I'll start with logs going down the entire tunnel, like that. To make it more curved, I think we should put stairs, not stairs, fences on the edges here. Yep, I think that looks really good. Now let's add fences to these corners as well. All right, there we go. Ow! And for more variety, let's put a beam across the entire top. Well, that's all I had planned, but it still feels kind of wrong. So let's add some posts that go up and down and around. Do oak wood, oak wood, oak wood. Break the fence, more oak wood, stair and barrel, and make it gradually go over and down. Okay, I think that's actually pretty good. I feel like it needs more texture here, though. Okay, I think that looks really good. Now we just got to do that like a million times down the entire tunnelway. Oh, nuts. I'm going to have to change it because the way it works with the corner is it's got to line up with this block right here, and it doesn't. So, okay, I got everything lined up, so jump cut time. Well, I didn't get very far because somebody used up all my materials, so... Okay, I'm about to do the nastiest jump cut of getting all of these trees. Whew! Alright, that should be enough logs, huh? This is looking sick, except for the torches on the ground. I think we can break these and do lanterns. Nice! This is looking so cool. I think that before we do the train station, the train, the bridge, all of that, these walls look a little too pristine and nice, so let's messy them up a bit. So we'll grab some moss. Ow. Make mossy stone bricks, and replace a bunch of these stone bricks with the mossy stone bricks. Now let's quickly smelt our stone bricks into cracked stone bricks, and while those are smelting, we can replace some of the blocks with stairs. And if we craft walls, we can replace blocks with these as well, and it's like it got, you know, pushed in backwards a little bit. Now we can grab our cracked stone bricks and do the exact same thing. So the walls are mossy and a little bit disgusting. However, the floor, I could literally eat off that. So we can dig some holes in the ground and then replace them with slabs and stairs to make it look like just, it's, you know, it's a little bit uneven. And they're gonna be small puddles, so I'll fill this with water. And the bigger ones will have some seagrass, like this one. And I think it'd be really cool if water was pouring out of one of these. Next up, let's grab some vines. We also need some pale hanging moss and hanging roots. And now we just place them all down all around. Ooh, and we should grab cobwebs. Okay, this might be the coolest tunnel anyone has ever seen in their lifetime, except for the entrance that is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my lifetime. I think we need to spruce it up a bit, and by spruce, I mean logs, and by logs, I mean logs, so let's get some spruce logs. I think it'll basically just be a bigger version of these arches that we already built, so I'll do a post on this side. Now let's repeat that on the other side. Okay, I think we need a big beam going across. And then I'll put stairs underneath. I think we should do like an archway. Okay, so it's sort of like starting to arch a little bit. Okay, I think that actually looks pretty good as far as an arch is concerned. I might smooth it out a bit, though. Yep. Oh, let's grab our other logs. Stay with me now on this one. Behind this. And then... Dude, that's sick. Although it's a little plain, so let's add a bit more. Install some lanterns. Wait, I want it hanging from the fence. Oh, nice. Yo, this is sick. This looks so good. Okay, I think the stone brick should be replaced with wood. A bit. There we go. Now, I think there should be some foliage around the edge, so let's grab some leaves. We'll start off with regular leaves on top because they've been baking in the sun their whole lives, so they should be all scorched and brown. But as they work down towards the inside, I'm going to start doing azalea leaves so it's greener, and, you know, these ones are, you know, words. Now, before we can build the bridge with the train on it, we need this entrance on the other side. So, this is the completed tunnel. You fly in here, there's a creeper over there, sharp turn tunnel, there's another creeper over there, I didn't realize mobs could spawn so easily, and it comes out to where a bridge will be with a train on it. However, before we can build the bridge, we need to do a train station at this entrance. Unfortunately, there's not enough ground, so we're gonna have to do some terraforming. Oh yeah! So let's outline the train station. I'm thinking a big old platform. Oh. Let's remove this terracotta. Oh yeah, that totally looks natural. Now we'll figure it out afterwards. We'll finish the train station first. I think we should actually replace this side with logs instead. And I'll do the same on this side. Now let's fill in this platform, although I want some of it to be mixed up in like different types of materials and whatnot, so it's not all the same. Right now it's just a big old platform, although I kind of want to put water in some of these holes so it's like it rained and, you know, got trapped in there. So let's start off with some fences around the edge. Oh, we also need to grab a bunch of jungle wood. Now let's make a small building on top of it. It's gonna be a super simple structure. Ooh, should we make this a double decker? Wow, that's ugly. Maybe another roof. We should have this roof section actually like come out. Do a post here and here. I like it, I like it. Dude, I'm loving this thing. Oh, for up here we can do fences. Now let's just add some decorations. Ooh, can we make like a storage crate that gets shipped away? Do a chunko coming out of here. What? Now let's extend this track. All right, what should I do for the very end of the track? How does it stop? Yeah! Okay, so, the western town is right here where everyone lives, and this is where the train comes up, picks up the gold from the gold mine that we haven't built yet, and takes it through the tunnel over the bridge that we haven't built yet, so let's build a bridge. First, we'll need to extend the train tracks out. So this is how far the bridge will go before it breaks off. So the vision is there will be 2 main posts holding up the bridge and then a bunch of fences in between. The posts will have to be pretty hefty, so I'm thinking, dude, life hack, if I have the log in my offhand, I can strip it while building up just by holding down right click and spacebar. So I love it, except for the fact that it sucks because it's flush with the side of it, and we gotta make it a little bit indented in. Yep, that's way better. So now let's make it into a full-on pole. That is the first post down. However, we can't build the second post because I don't know where it's going to be until we build the fences that go in between the posts. So let's build that, and I don't even know how to do that. Essentially, it'll just be a quarter of a circle that's made out of fences, I think. Yep, I think that shape is perfect. Now let's just extend it out and fill it up with fences. Oh, yeah, that looks so good. Okay, this is actually amazing. I'll add fences to the other side. All right, I just built another one on the other side. Dude, that looks so good. Okay, let's just build another one right next to it. Oh, yeah, although there's actually one problem, and that's that it's cut off way too cleanly. It looks like someone took a chainsaw to that smoky, so we gotta make it look a little bit rough. Dude, that's so sick. Okay, I think we need to do a little bit of this. Yeah, I think that looks really good. Let's do the same over here then. What? We've got a western town. We have got a train station and a train with a bridge. Okay, actually, there's no train at all. We need to build a train. I've tried in creative mode. I can't do it. I'm gonna follow a tutorial. I don't care if you hate me for that. Here's a time lapse of me following the tutorial. Oh yeah, baby, check out this train that I totally designed myself. Definitely didn't steal it from somebody on YouTube. Look at this. I got a little smoke coming out, or steam coming out of the train because it's like a coal train. Oh baby, that's sick. Now, we need to build the gold mine. So the town's here and the train's there. How about we build the mining quarry right here? And as you can see from this AI image, mining quarries is just a series of rings going down. So let's dig out a series of rings going down. All right, this is gonna take a long time. Wait a minute. How do I know the dimensions of a circle? I think I have to look up a circle generator. So we're just gonna outline a circle based off of something I found online. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is kind of, the circle ends don't exactly meet. Oh, okay, here's the problem. The issue is that I'm an idiot. I think I've got the circle mostly figured out. It's a little bit cursed in one area, but I highly doubt you'll figure out which, so let's dig it down. Okay, all of the hills has been flattened out, so it's a bit lower now, and now I think we're gonna follow this exact shape of circle down about 4 or 5 blocks. Oh, hey buddy. Got a big nose. Did you guys see that arrow just fall out of the... Yeah, what? I just saw this fall from the sky. It's facing that way. Wait a minute.
Hello there.
Ah, hello. Oh, Okay, that is one circle down. The next step is to do a smaller circle inside of this circle. Oh, what the balls is that shape? I thought this was a kid's game. Anyway, smaller circle time. Okay, that one was about twice as fast as the previous one, so that's good. It's just only going to get faster from here, but I mean, it still took a really long time. So let's do a jump cut for the last two circulars. Boom. But it's so sick. Look at how sick it is. However, actually, there's a big problem, and that's it's way too clean and perfect. All of the corners are sharp and angular. I know it's Minecraft, but no. So we got to round this out a little bit by shaving off these chunkos. There we go. That's a lot better. It doesn't look nearly as fake. Now, before we add the bridges and the mines and all of that stuff, we got to add some sort of support to keep these walls up, and I think we'll use spruce fences. Since this part has a cave underneath it, I want it to be missing because it's like it collapsed. Okay, that's the first circle done, all held up by these supports. Now I just gotta do all of the other ones. Oh yeah, that took so many billions of fences. Oh my goodness. So the miners need to be able to get in and out of this place with all of their supplies. So we'll make a windy staircase going up the entire edges. So I'll remove part of the fence and basically just dig out an entire pathway going up the whole thing. And then we'll add slabs as like a staircase that you stand on to go up there. That way your feet don't get all stony. I don't like that this goes up and then it turns 90 degrees. It should be more gradual. Yep, that's so much better. Okay, so you start here, go up the entire pathway, and the next one will start right in front of it. Yep, I like that. I like that. So you're coming up here, and then instantly the next staircase right here. Alright, so now the miners can get things like minecarts and gold and all things in and out of this place. However, what if they don't want to bring anything out except for themselves? They need a faster way of getting out then. So we'll take this down and rebuild it sticking out a ways. Put a little boulder here. Do a ladder right here. Put the platform back on top. Keep the posts coming up. Another ladder. And more roofing. Okay, this is so cool. I think it does need some extra little details. Now let's build another one. Dude, this is so cool. I think maybe we should add like a cobweb or two. Oh, what the heck? Okay. Dude, this is so sick. All right, for the next element of this mineshaft gold quarry, we need a ton of TNT and beeswax, and then turn the beeswax into candles and dye those red. Oh, I need more red dye. We also need bells, and if we go back into the mineshaft... What the... Bro escaped the town so he can live out his life in a spike? Grab some minecart rails, a lot more cobwebs. So the first thing we're going to build with this is a pile of TNT. So we're going to remove this, and there we go with the TNT. And then we can add barrels around like this, and a few candles to look like sticks of dynamite. That's so nice. It's like a little storage of TNT, although I think we should have an official storage of TNT as well. So we'll put down some TNT with trapdoors on it, and it'll be a barrel right here, cobweb. And we'll put a minecart TNT right there. Now let's just add a little frame. Dude, that looks so nice. It's just like a little TNT storage, although we have to keep in mind never to accidentally bump this. Let's convert some of our gold ore into gold blocks, and I want to make some storage shelves. I'll replace that with a shelf, and then I'll add some supports. And for the top, we'll just put chests and gold. Yeah, I think that looks really good, a little storage unit. Let's build another one over on this side. All right, so far, pretty phenomenal. Although I think we need to sprinkle gold throughout the entire thing. That's a bit better. We got gold all over, chunks there, pieces there, veins over there, massive vein in the middle. However, the one thing we do still need to build, actually there's a lot, but one of the things is strip mines. I'm thinking I'll have 3 lined up at this flat area. I've had to take down this wall so many times. I should have just built it last. So each strip mine will be framed, so let's build that frame. Boom, bang, beam, bum, dum, boom. Yeah, it's not over yet. And then, oh, what the? That was confusing. Now let's add a bell up top here. Boom! I think we just need to add one more. There we go. Oh, I just fell. But that honestly looks so good. I think we need to copy these strip mines into all of the other sides as well. Boom. All right, we got 2 there, and 2 right here. This is actually coming along so well, but there's still so much more to be done. Now let's put some TNT between these mines. So there's one that... Okay, well, that was dumb. Actually sounds kind of cool. Grab our minecart rails and have them coming out of here. While the miners are mining out the gold, they need somewhere to store it. So we're going to make some giant pallets of gold. And then we're going to fill it up with all this gold ore. All right, this next one will be a little bit smaller. Okay, let's do one more that is made out of coal because, well, they need coal to smelt the gold. Oh, yeah. I think it would be really cool if there's, like, bridges crossing each other and stuff. So let's do a bridge straight across the top here. So I was just going to go all the way across. Right now, it's just an ugly flat bridge. So we're going to add a small crane to lift up the pallets of gold and coal. Okay, so this is the main part of the crane. This next part goes down, and to build down, we got Gary the Guest. And this is a tiny little baby pallet to pick it up. Dude, that's so good. This is sick. Now, we need a few more bridges, maybe some smaller ones. There we go. Now, I want to add a few chains and lanterns. And this one will have a rail going across. There we go. Now we got a chest that'll just go back and forth across this. All right, so this gold mine only has one more thing that it really needs to finish it off. And that is a place for the miners to sleep. All right, there we go. A little shack for them to all sleep in. A bunch of bunk beds. We have transformed the Badlands into an old western gold town that gets its gold from a giant mine and ships it through a massive tunnel on a train that is headed for, well, death. But it wasn't originally. They just, the bridge kind of broke and the train is already on its way. So anyway,